Drag racing isn't about whether you have the fastest car or the most expensive equipment or the nicest trailer. Drag racing is about the experience, about accomplishing whatever you wanted to accomplish, whether that's being the fastest on the track or having the most fun. That's what drag racing is. My goal from the very beginning was to be something like the people I looked up to. And the people I looked up to from a very young age were the same people that I was watching online. The YouTubers, the people that you saw in the magazines, the drag racers that were out there crushing goals, they were winning races, and they were doing the stuff that people said couldn't be done. If I could send any message to anybody that's watching this, it's just make sure you go out there and you crush your goals. Do exactly what you dream of doing. My goals aren't to go out there and be the fastest racer, but I know where I want to be with my goals. And as long as you keep your head up and you keep pushing for that, don't let anything get in your way. And frankly, we're just doing this all wrong. As a collective group in the automotive world, it doesn't matter if you want to run 11s, 12s, 13s, 15s. As long as you are accomplishing what you want to accomplish, that's all it takes. And we should encourage that and turn all of that positive. Because there is no excuse in this world as to why you can't build your dream car or as to why you can't accomplish anything you set your mind out to. Not money, not time. You can always make money and you can always create time. You just have to put in the work. So I hope for anybody who's watching this, you get just a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of motivation and some drive to stop saying, I can't do that, it's too hard. You can get anything you want in this life as long as you push for it. Welcome to the Blue Turd YouTube channel. This is going to be the first video of a giant build series, a long build series, because this stuff is not gonna happen overnight. I've invested 10 years of hard work, 10 years of money, 10 years of cuts and bruises and late nights, and in making this car what it is. And single-handedly, over the past couple weeks, I have sold it all. And I don't own anything to replace it. I don't have another motor. I don't even have another transmission. I don't have a lot of the things that I sold, but I am working very hard to create something that the world has never seen. One of the baddest front-wheel drive, stick shift, H-pattern cars, not in my state, maybe not even in the country, maybe the world. As you can see, guys, everything is pulled out of the engine bay. There is no engine, there is no transmission, there is no wiring, there is no intercooler, there is none of this up here. We do have a turbo left, but I will explain in good reason this video why that still is in here. As well, it is looking like an all motor car up in here. There's no dash, no electronics. We have nothing but a pedal box down there, a steering wheel, and an ultra carbon fiber seat. Because in this video, we're making a trip. I'm not gonna tell you exactly where we're going yet, but we're getting ready to load this thing in the trailer right after I get done putting a mock-up motor and a mock-up transmission in here. I'm getting ready to push it into the trailer, and we are going to start making our way north from Georgia to our next stop, where we are going to kick off the build day 1 of the new Blue Turd. And although I'm really confident This is a very, very scary adventure for me. Just for example, this transmission right here. There's only 10 of these transmissions in the entire world. I bought the first one 4 years ago. These transmissions cost about $7,500 to build. I own 2. They're both gone. I don't even have another solution for a transmission, but I do know that this transmission will not take me where I want to go. So with time and confidence, I know I'll figure something out with a transmission that will be able to take me there while maintaining that H pattern shifter, because that is definitely a requirement. But to take a jump like this, knowing that you don't even have a working adapter to go to another transmission that'll work, it's such a giant gamble. But I've taken gambles in the past with this platform, and I've never failed. All right, the mock-up engine is ready to go in. Got front and rear motor mounts on, oil pan, a set of 2 old heads off of the old high compression motor, and an empty transmission. Time to throw it in the car. Mock-up engine is all in place. This is about all I have to do here. So all we got to do now is plop it in the trailer. Tomorrow after work, we start our drive north. So on Instagram, put in Blue Turd Taurus.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Bring it up to the big one parking lot.
I'm actually on my way up to New York.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Go to the Dragon Pit?
Nope. Chassis shop. People out here wilding. Fellas, we have made it to New York, Long Island, New York. The car is officially out of the trailer, all the way from Georgia. It's a hell of a ride here. We spent over, I think it was 18, 19 hours total travel time between sleeping in the truck to get here. So, where are we at? So this, what do you go by? You go by Bill, Billy?
Yeah, Bill.
Bill? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Awesome. So, you ready to do some chassis work?
Yeah, you ready for your forever chassis?
Yeah, forever chassis, because
got some sentimental value.
yeah, sentimental value for sure. We're gonna get this thing inside, take a look at it, maybe lift her skirt up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're gonna fumble some ideas off of each other, and we're gonna really explain to you why we drove all the way 19 hours to New York for not just a roll cage, but we're gonna get some real work done. So this cage was the first cage I ever put in the car.
Okay.
And I had no clue I was gonna drag race when I put this cage in the car. So this is a 120 wall DOM steel, like
Heavy. Yeah.
the cage is probably heavy as hell. I'm really curious if we're actually gonna lose weight having more bars.
You might, yeah.
But
And then you wound up going too fast for this real soon.
yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, with the changes that I have in store that, you know, the YouTube channel don't really know about yet. Yeah, this is certified for 850s, and we should blow right past that pretty quick. But hey, I mean, it's been a good cage, but I'd say it'd be pretty pointless to do what I plan on doing and keep this in the car.
Yeah, we'll cut it out for you.
And then this whole time I figured out that we did the seat wrong. We put the back brace above the
Oh yeah, above the hole.
above the hole. Yeah, I had Doug from Ultra Carbon. He saw a picture of it. He's like, "Are you stupid?" Well, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I mean, sometimes. He goes, "You're gonna break your back if you ever get into a wreck." Now this thing looks fast.
Thanks, man. We have no clue. It could be a complete dud.
This is pretty much, I was gonna go back and forth between this and your car and see what we're gonna do, because if we get this whole chassis on here too, it's gonna be very similar, I guess.
That passenger door is probably a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of bars.
Gotta stay safe.
Oh yeah. So what's the ET go on this?
Like until I'm ready to drive. Like
What's
What,
Oh, yeah.
How fast you trying to go?
Man, I'm trying to go as fast as my fucking pockets can bring me. Shit. I'm fucking ready to go broke over it. I don't know.
Those motorcycle skinnies?
Oh yeah, those are, yeah, DOT.
God dang!
Street car, man.
I know.
Interior.
Why do I see a lot of people up north running motorcycle tires?
I don't know.
Then you can't give me a
That was
ticket
the
on the
first
street.
time I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it all over Instagram.
Maybe because, like I said, then you can't give me a ticket on the street.
Yeah?
Is it
Oh, if
DOT?
you're running skinnies, because that's a
Yeah.
Because it's a
Me-
DOT tire.
Me and my wife decide to go get milk and fucking cookies. I don't want to get no fucking ticket while we're, stretching down a road.
So how does the floor bars on this one work?
Oh,
Are they underneath the floor?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put it up in
Yeah,
literally
sweet. Yeah, that's pretty.
Thank you.
It's not gonna be white for long.
Nah.
That's not true. The subframe's a powder coat, so it's just an easy wipe. And I've driven on the street a couple times, and I kind of just wipe it down with some Windex.
Oh yeah, well,
Every once in a while,
Yeah.
you give it a new spritz.
new spritz, it's good.
Yeah. Just a car, but-
So the subframe,
Yeah.
who did the subframes?
I had a guy in New Zealand make them.
Because that was one thing I was gonna talk to you about to see if you were up to it. I was gonna.
I've done plenty.
Well, mine's a little bit of a simpler subframe. Mine ain't got all this all fancy jazz.
Yeah, this is four-wheel drive stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll take a look at it in a little bit and get your idea on it.
You were also possibly going all-wheel in the future?
Yeah. Well, so the plans is I'm gonna go K-series transmission.
Okay.
I got an adapter plate that we're like 90% done. So stay front wheel drive for as long as I can, and then when I'm like, hey, it's methanol time, you go methanol all-wheel drive, 86, 85 or whatever,
So you're gonna run almost like the with the wagons or like a CRV
Yeah.
brand and stuff.
Yeah,
Just
well, see-
like the Honda guys are doing.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason I decided to go that route is because like the all-wheel drive Honda guys, they're constantly like getting faster. So with me, I'm as fast as they're going on Taurus SHO stuff. Like there's not going to be any development unless I'm physically doing the development.
Yeah.
Like you go look at the guys at like Priantu where they're constantly pushing these all-wheel drive cars. They're going 1.1s at a 60. They have to do something because they're breaking transfer cases. They're breaking everything. So you get 4 or 5 people who are constantly pushing the shit out of this. It's only a matter of time before there's gonna be all-wheel drive stuff for that transmission that you'll go 6s on.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. That's true. Because there's more than one person competing to
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
I mean, really, the main reason I'm here
like a
is
viscous coupler and stuff too.
I'll run it all.
No,
Nice,
and I'll make
cool.
sure this lower bottom crossbar is good enough to clear a shaft in the future.
Okay. Yeah, that would be definitely ideal.
Another couple things to the floor, you probably won't have these gussets.
Yeah,
This is a 25.3. It's for what?
25.2.
2?
It's for 3,200 pounds.
Yeah.
So this is
Opposed
super
to-
overbuilt
Yeah,
for what we're gonna.
Yeah,
we
like
want
heavier.
a lot of extra stuff in there.
If I ever went all-wheel drive, I want to be able to compensate. But we even did final weight the other day. It was 25.60.
560.
As it rolls like this. So I don't even be...
Pretty light.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought for a full interior car. you
Yeah,
know,
that's pretty light.
Power windows, power mirrors. I thought it was pretty decent, you know?
Yeah, I mean, considering the amount of bar work it has too, on top of a street car,
Yeah.
2,500 pounds, that's
I thought it was decent too, you know?
that's very decent.
Floor is, you have all these options depending on what tubing size you want to use. Okay, with the Docal, we couldn't get our hands on some of these small tubes that you're allowed to put in there.
Yeah, but we can just use regular 4130 for that, right?
They let you. I'll call Bob Nixon and ask him. He's the guy who comes and certifies all the cage for me. If you could mix and match, either way, if we didn't get it, or you couldn't, they allow you to do the whole floor in this 1 5/8 that we do have.
Okay,
We would just do it this way. It's a little different.
just a different configuration.
Yep. Also, I wanted to know, see how these are passed through here in the back?
Yep.
We'll take a look at the car and see if you want to run these to the rear lower control arm mounts or something to stiffen up the bottom rear of the car, or there's, I guess, plenty of options we can
Oh,
go
yeah.
through when
Yeah.
we're looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pop the truck now. You can see.
Another one was, like, yeah, if you go down,
If you wanted to show him the bolts that come through.
this car we made where he sits fully in front of the main hoop. Doors, you could come
Okay. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
instead of pushing the main hoop back here. No,
Yeah.
you could hide it behind this pillar, and then you make a driver's pocket that kind of sits back.
That sits behind it.
They give you options in here too for if you're fully in driver's entire helmet is forward of the main hoop, it's all just straight and flat in the back. If like half of your helmet is behind the main hoop, you do like a little rearward pocket. And then if you have your whole helmet is behind the main hoop, you'll do a big driver pocket that you kind of sit leaned back in. So that's more up
Well,
to
the way
you.
my driver position is right now,
Like we could put it here. I'll tuck this up a little closer and go straight flat in the back. That's fine. We wouldn't have to do the driver's compartment behind the main hoop. That's more preference up to you. You know.
well, if we push the hoop back, then we have more room to enter through the
Yes.
door, right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel like I would want to do it, because in a situation where I have to get out
Okay.
really fast,
Yep.
the more room there is, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, the more room there is in the driver's door, may be easier to get out.
Yes.
So so leaving the main hoop somewhere around right or
That
held
was my
basically right
question.
there.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, because once the whole containment bar would probably end up like right there,
Yeah. The other.
and that would be completely underneath my helmet, because I mean I'm sitting right there. So
Yeah. This other bar. Like you said.
yep.
All right, so great. We'll keep it back there about that position.
Yeah, I got long legs, so I said a little farther back.
Front, you want to do?
So I've been brainstorming about this for weeks now. I wanted to. The biggest thing for me was I do want to tie the front. I just got to figure out how we're going to tie the front, whether or not I really need to ditch this. Because if I really need to ditch this to set it up correctly, I'll do it. I'll throw it all away and do it over. But if you think there's enough room around here to tie that to, say, a front weight plate, then I would like to do that. Because I don't think there's any requirements for tube diameter or anything like that to come to the front.
Yeah, even with the 25-1, they don't specify anything past
Anything
that
past the strut
bar
tower,
or rear of the main hoop.
Okay.
So that's all up to.
What do you think about there being enough room around there? Or?
I mean, you could definitely squeeze a bar through here, but it's where we would go to, which would be the kind of bigger question.
I guess what would actually make, what would change all of this? By looking at the subframe, the way it is. You know, I was talking about doing the motor plate,
Motor plate,
which
yeah.
is why I put that in there. I went ahead and marked, if you got a flashlight on you.
Yeah, you want to pull this off?
Yeah, let's go and pull this off.
I'll stick it on the chassis too.
Yeah. And you'll be able to see my fine welding abilities on making a Honda K-tuned hinge work on a Taurus. The whole reason I did this is because I lost my hood at 170.
Really?
Yeah. So I went to TX2K and I ran my personal best. It's 8.9 at 170 with a synchronized transmission.
Nice.
And I lost the hood going right through the traps and it ripped all of this out.
Sheet metal and everything.
It ripped all the sheet metal out. So I was like, all right, well then I'll just make my own sheet metal.
That's fucking awesome.
But yeah, so I marked 6 bolts, which I didn't know if would be enough because this should be the same as the billet, minus the oil pump, because the oil pump sits like right there.
Okay.
But it was that bolt, that bolt, that bolt, that bolt, and then those 2.
Yep.
So you got 2, 2, and 2. You think that's more structural enough for
I'd probably say so, yeah.
motor plate? Okay. Well then, and then the only other question is by looking at the subframe, do you think you could do something tubular? Because the whole reason I'm thinking about this is because that subframe weighs every bit of 120 pounds.
Yeah, they are always massively heavy.
It is super heavy. And I was like, if I was able to cut that down to 20 or 30 pounds and I took that 60, 80 pounds and shoved it all the way to the front, I mean, the bias on that would be actually comparable to, say, a lot of the fastest sport front-wheel drive cars. Yeah, so there's 1 bolt on this side that goes straight down, and then that one, you can basically see how that's made.
Oh, and this is no upper control arm either.
No, there's no upper control arm. So the only thing you'd have to do is mount that lower control arm, because that lower control arm is already a spherical.
Oh man.
That came from Kingpin. He custom made them for me.
This is probably a lot easier than you would think. It's definitely a possibility if you're interested in doing one.
Yeah, I mean, I am, just because of the weight savings. Because it's hard enough getting as much weight as you can forward. And I was like, that's going to be one of the largest ways, because it opens up a lot of room for me, for one, because I'm going to have a dry sump oiling system, and there's all kinds of shit that's going to have to go up here.
Big tanks for the
Yeah. So like, if I was able to get rid of a bulky 130-pound subframe and move 80 pounds 16 inches forward, I mean,
as far forward as you could. Yeah.
the car before it ballast 73 on the front and 27 in the back, or 17 in the back, or whatever it was. And I was like, I mean, the closer I can get it to 80/20, I think that would damn near get me there.
Dash bar, you want to come through here?
Yeah. I was thinking, yeah, come through here, then through here.
Okay, I could either dead plate the back with the tube, or we can come through and kind of
Wrap it around.
yes.
I think wrap it around.
Okay. Then I'll plate this, and you can weld fully, like really long along that tube instead of just having it dead.
Yeah, I would much rather just wrap it,
Yep.
and then you can take that one and shoot it straight down, and
Yeah, and then we'll figure out where we can go up front here. The eventual future possible all-wheel drive.
yes.
I don't want this front cross member to be in the way of the transfer case
Correct.
or transmission. So like we went up on this car before, and you saw that has the removable center bar.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you.
Yeah, we can make it a removable center bar, so if we need to remake it later, it's as easy as just making a new one, bolting it in.
You can also make a
bent one, or I'll keep that in mind then.
So before we head out of here, one of the big goals of this car is get it as light as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and scale the car the way it sits, with the old cage, with the mock-up motor, get a weight, so that way after we get done doing all the chassis work and maybe some other things, we see how light we can actually get it. So I'm gonna guess 1850.
I'm right about there.
Think so? I'm gonna feel good if it's 1850.
I'll go 2,000.
2,000.
Probably yeah.
What do you think it's gonna weigh?
as it sits.
It's got an empty motor and an empty transmission.
Casings, say 1325.
1325. He thinks this is an all-motor EK or something. 1812.
You were close.
Ooh, like I know my car, baby. I guess 1850.
Oh yeah.
There you go, guys.
If you go by the Price is Right though, you lost.
Wait, who guessed what?
I don't know. I was way under that.
Yeah, you're way under. You guys 2,000, so I won. I did win. Even on Price is Right, I won. So there we go. We got a good baseline, 1812.
That's where we start.
So yeah, that's where we start. So when I come back, we're gonna be like 1612. he said he's hoping. If this thing comes in at 1612, I'm buying you lunch. All right, well take care of my baby.
I will. I'll take good hands.
Thank you for taking on a
course,
hell of
no
a
problem.
project, man. So we'll be back up here and get an update maybe in a couple months, maybe 3 months, maybe 2 weeks from now. I don't know. A surprise visit. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Check back on the channel. If you guys want to look at his Instagram, maybe you'll find a sneak peek on what page?
At BWC Bill.
BWC Bill. All right. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification icon. We'll catch you guys on the next one. I mean, tell the camera how I'm an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah?